Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we are back with some Boros Convoke. So this deck has been a thing in the format for quite some time, and it is definitely the truth. This particular deck, it's doing some pretty good work in Explorer at the moment. So we have a new card to add to our pile, which is Warden of the Inner Sky. So we have played this before, but for those who don't know, this is a 1/2 for 1 white mana. As long as it has 3 or more counters on it, it has flying and vigilance, and you can tap 3 untapped artifacts and or creatures you control to put a +1/+1 counter on it, and scry 1, activate only as a sorcery. So if you're not aware of the idea behind this deck, you essentially power out a lot of cheap creatures. You go wide with cards like Resolute Reinforcements, Gleeful Demolition to blow up one of your own artifacts, and then you power out either a Knight Errant of Eos or a Venerated Loxodon using its Convoke, and then you're either pumping up your entire board or drawing extra cards to kind of keep the train going. So Warden of the Inner Sky is a very neat addition to this deck, because not only does it have its own kind of pseudo-convoke ability that not only grows it, but any counters you put on it kind of count towards that 3 or more. So if you do sort of tap it with Venerated Loxodon, then you are kind of getting towards what you need there. And also that scry ability is very handy additional value. This is a deck that needs to kind of keep going, keep the gas coming, and so being able to scry cards you don't want to the bottom of your deck, making sure that your next draw is a good one, will be a very handy addition, I think. Then the rest of the deck is as we have seen this version of Boros Convoke before. So we have our kind of very cheap creatures. So we've got 4 Ornithopters, 4 Thraben Inspectors, and 4 Volduran Epicures. So our kind of cheap creatures that come with artifacts attached. Are artifacts themselves. We've got Gleeful Demolition, so we will use that to destroy one of our own artifacts, so either an Ornithopter or the Clue token or Blood token that come with these 1-drops, and create 3 1/1s. And this is kind of one of the key cards in the deck. When this deck does well, it's generally because you've got a Gleeful Demolition going quite early on, and you've been able to kind of get one of these big creatures out. And then we're also running Giant Killer, which is not only a 1-drop by itself, but can be used as a 3-mana adventure to destroy a particularly annoying big creature that the opponent has. Then 2-drop, we've got Resolute Reinforcements, so 1/1 flash that comes with another 1/1 attached, so a very good way of getting 2 creatures on the board. And then 3 copies of Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, 2/1 first strike, makes non-creature spells more expensive, very good at slowing down opponents who might look to wrath the board and kind of stop what we're doing. Then we've got Imodane's Recruiter, so not only a 2/2 for 3 that gives all of our creatures +1/+0 and haste until end of turn, but also in the late game can be used as an adventure as well to create more tokens, so 2/2 white knight creature tokens with vigilance, and then power out the creature side of it as well. Then we have our 5-drops. Obviously, we will almost never be playing these for 5 mana if we are in pretty bad shape. In the mana base, we've got our dual lands. We've got a couple of Den of the Bugbears, just because it's not only helpful to have creature lands, but it also generates more tokens when it attacks. Chefnet Dunes, just to kind of give that alternative mass pump ability to all of our creatures. So that's a handy addition to the deck as well. And then just 1 Plains as our basic land. Then in the sideboard, we're running a new card, Duskrose Reliquary. So this is kind of the portable hole style card, but kind of more versatile in that it can hit any artifact or creature, and also has Ward 2. Now we do have to sacrifice an artifact or creature to be able to cast it, but in a deck like this, that is a fairly trivial requirement. So that's good. We've got a couple of Forge Devils, so 1/1 that can deal 1 damage to target creature and 1 damage to us when it enters the battlefield, so very good at dealing with Llanowar elves and kind of problematic turn 1 plays the opponent might have. Rending Volley, blue and white creatures hitting those. Torch the Tower, so 2 damage to any creature or planeswalker, but if we bargain it, we can do 3 damage and scry 1, as well as exiling. Get Lost, another new card, removal spell for any creature, enchantment, or planeswalker, and also creates 2 map tokens. Has the marginal upside, which we did see in a previous video actually, that we can cast it on our own stuff to get the map tokens. So if we particularly want to, we can do that. A couple of Guardians of Faith, so this is a way of protecting our board against removal. So 3/2 with Flash and Vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, we can phase out any number of other target creatures we control. One Redain slows down the opponents who are running expensive non-creature spells, and then a couple of Wedding Announcements, just very good at kind of rebuilding, and also decks which run playing opponents that run a lot of spot removal. Wedding Announcement just creates a kind of steady stream of tokens, and then gives us a mass pump effect after 3 as well. So very good card list, sees played in lots of different decks, but a couple in the sideboard. So that is Boros Convoke. As I say, it's a archetype we should be quite familiar with now, but is one that is consistently putting up results in Explorer and Pioneer. So let's go and see how we do with this. Hit those like and subscribe buttons as ever. Thank you for the support, and thank you very much for watching. Always appreciate it. And let's go on to the ladder and see how we go on with this. This sounds actually a little on the slow side, although it does have 2 of our payoffs. So if we draw Maze Mind Tome, you say, in Boros. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm interested. I hope you're interested. Okay. Just draw with our clue token. Okay, so let's play. No, let's Gleeful Demolition our opponents. No, let's Gleeful Demolition our own Ornithopter. Let's play Thalia. Let's Venerated Loxodon. Then if they don't have anything particularly interesting to do next turn, we're probably going to smash around the face quite effectively with our Imidane's Recruiter. Chandra, this is like a weird control-y deck. Fine. Okay, Thraben Inspector into Imidane's Recruiter into attack for several million. I thought it was lethal. I didn't do the maths, but it seemed a pretty decent bet. Okay, we don't really know what our opponent's doing, but we know that they're playing Fable of the Mirror Breaker. So Fable of the Mirror Breaker is Get Lost for me. And given it's red, I might stick in Wedding Announcement as well. And Thalia seems decent shout here. I'll take out Giant Killer until I know it better. What else? What else? Maybe Warden. It's a bit too vulnerable to removal. That is not a keep. Neither is that. Okay, that is a keepable hand. So let's pop back Epicure and Reinforcements or Ornithopter. Ornithopter. Okay, let's pop Thalia into play. So when we attack, we will play Epicure. We will pass the turn. Cheeky. That's a pretty decent answer to what they did, but let's play Thraben Inspector. Let's draw with a clue. Let's Gleeful Demolition our blood token. Forces them to have an immediate follow-up Wrath. Which is not that. Okay, draw. Bugbear, Thraben Inspector. Then we do have Dunes next turn, so that's an option. Ah, come on now. Okay, let's draw. Okay, that's pretty decent, so let's Loxodon all of our creatures. Fine. Field of Ruins a bit sad. So this could be another Anger of the Gods, in which case I probably want to leave my Loxodon alive. Yep. Okay, well I feel a bit better about that now. So I could get lost their Bone Crusher Giant, but I think I prefer saving that for when their Reflection is online. So let's just... Okay, that's quite vexing. So let's do that. Goldspan Dragon? What is this nonsense? They're just going to start copying Goldspan Dragons now. Nope, we drew a sad amount of land in that game. But, you know what? We're going to put in Duskrow's Reliquary. We're going to take out the other Wardens. And we're going to be on the play. For a change. And we're going to... I mean, is there any land in this deck? Looks like the opponents had the same problem. Okay, that I could live with. How much am I willing to risk? Trouble is, it just smells like anger of the gods. So if we attack, we do them 9. I mean, that's pretty good. They had to mulligan. Just for once, let's take the risk. Okay, hello. So let's Duskrow's Reliquary, sacrificing a blood token. Take away their token. Let's attack for 5. Pass the turn. They are on 1 life. They are dead. Whew. On a multi 5 as well. Now this is a tricky one. Because we've definitely got all of what we need to go wide. We need a second land. Okay, we are playing the same deck. We're in the mirror. The only difference being that we are on the draw. So let's play Thraben Inspector to Ornithopter. A mirror match, but we're on the draw. It's outrageous. Okay, pretty happy to see that. So, bloody auto tapper. Let's play Warden of the Inner Sky. Let's Gleeful Demolition our clue token. Let's tap. Ooh, how do I feel about Giant Killer? Probably not, I don't think. Oh, the opponent's only got 1 land. That is worth noting. But they do have Loxodon. So let's blow up our own ornithopter. Let's knight errant taking Imodane's recruiter and another warden. Let's play warden number 2. Let's go scrying again. Yep. So that seems pretty aggressive. So let's do some quick maths. They can block 3 of our... Okay. What do I like in the mirror match? All of the spot removal just feels a bit weak. I mean, Rending Volley can deal with their 4/4s, I suppose. Duskrose Reliquary is fine, though not great. Don't like Get Lost. Let's pop in both Rending Volleys. Let's put in Torch the Tower. I think just anything that's quick removal. Forge Devil is not great, don't think. So that'll probably do. Let's take out Thalia. Probably Giant Killer as well. Like, I could, if I was so minded, look up the sideboard tech for all of these decks, but I prefer to just make it up a little bit. I don't really like double Knight Errant. I like the early interaction, but I think this is a mulligan. We'll keep this one. Pop back Resolute Reinforcements number 2. Okay, that's 2 games on the bounce. They've had the early gleeful demolition. This one feels like it might be relatively short-lived for us, especially if we don't draw another land. Loxodon as well. Well, they had basically the best possible, and we had bad hands, so I think let's just go to game 3. Maybe we do want Forge Devil. They've convinced me. So let's put in Forge Devil. Let's take out one of our Knight Errants. That'll do. Our strategy against the opponent here of just beyond the play is, I think, what we need to be doing. Two Boros decks we faced so far. Clearly it is Boros Wednesday and I wasn't informed. Ooh, they are thinking hard about this hand. They've kept, fair enough. I think we can torch that tower. Not really about drawing any more land, but double Warden. That's pretty good. Okay, let's play Resolute Reinforcements. Pass the turn. Sure. So let's Rending Volley their Loxodon. Play another Resolute Reinforcements. I really don't want any more land. I feel like we've got absolutely screwed over by our draws in these last few games. Whereas the opponent has had very good hands all 3 games. Are we just taking the damage here? I think we are. Ah, come on. Is there anything we can do? Don't think so. We'll see what they do next turn, but I'm not particularly hopeful. Yeah, these are not interesting matches. This is just, yeah. They've had everything. We've drawn nothing but land. It's the way it goes sometimes. Fine, we will dust ourselves down and move on. On the draw again. Why does this happen to me every time I play an aggro deck? Um, hmm. I think let's do it this way round. Ooh, that's fun. Okay, so let's play Warden into Warden into Knight Errant of Eos. Let's grab a Loxodon and a Thalia. Let's play Thalia. Sure thing. Okay, let's play Loxodon. Like this. Attack for 5. Cool. So what looks like some sort of Grixis control deck. So let's pop in Redane. Wedding Announcement, I think, is decent here. Guardian of Faith, because they may well have mass removal. And let's take out Giant Killer. Thalia's great. Guardian Imidane is fine. What are we taking out? Resolute Reinforcements is pretty good because it's instant speed. Are we taking out Warden again? I feel like we're doing a lot of that, but our opponents do insist on running a lot of removal-based decks. I'm not convinced. Fine. It's all fine. It's not great, it's just fine. Lithomantic Barrage. No, you don't see that very often. Okay, so we don't have any artifacts at the moment, but might draw some, you never know. It's not impossible, we could draw some good cards at some point. Hmm. Shark it is. So this feels a lot like what's coming down now, I wonder. Another shark, okay. That's fine, I think. It's not great. It's fine. Let's play Guardian of Faith anyway. Let's try playing Knight Errant. See if they want to counter this. No? Okay, well, I'll take that. And I will grab both of these. That's quite good because it gives us the artifact we need for Gleeful Demolition as well. So yeah, this is Grixis Control. Not a deck you see hugely often, but So let's try playing Thraben Inspector. Let's send our Knight Errant at our opponent. Ha. Okay. In which case, Knight Errant number 2 is coming down. I'm not over-committing into this board if they've just given up their shark. Yep, those are both decent. Interesting. Okay, they're not just waiting to do a board wipe. I guess that kind of makes sense then, sure. Okay, let's play Thalia. Let's play Warden. Let's attack. Yep, we'll have a Dunes. Well, they really are determined to ruin my day, aren't they? Well, let's blow up our own clue token. Let's play Loxodon. Fine, be like that. And the Meat Hook Massacre 2. Okay, I think we're probably pretty much done here now. Actually, if we land Wedding Announcement, we might not be quite as done as we think. No, didn't think they let us have that for some reason. Okay. It's fine. We had a pretty slow hand there. Let's pop in Rending Volley, take out the other Wardens, just for the sharks. Yep, this is a keepable hand. The mana is a little awkward with all these pathways, but okay, now it's fine. So let's play Epicure. Well, let's Gleeful Demolition now, I think. Oof, yes. Keep one for oneing, please. And I will play Wedding Announcement. I'll use it to draw some cards. Okay, let's try and land a Thalia, I think. Funny, I thought they wouldn't be into that. Epicure. Ooh, Rending Volley's pretty decent. Okay, let's discard our unnecessary land here. Um, okay, I'm happy to just kill the shark, I think. Draw and flip. Um, let's activate Den of the Bugbear. Fine. They're still facing down a lot of damage here. Hmm. I get bad vibes from this, but let's see. Fine. Okay, well, they're looking pretty dead to me. I don't think I'm playing Resolute Reinforcements here. Okay. Shake my hand. Shake my hand. Thank you. Okay, very good. Another strong showing from Boros Convoke there. Struggled in the mirror match, mainly by being on the draw and having to mulligan all of our hands away. But yeah, pretty decent on the whole. I mean, it's just a solid, reliable deck with a decent win rate. Yeah, very strong. Be interesting to see how these new cards affect it. I mean, Warden was okay there. We did have to take it out a few times just because it wasn't great in the matches we were playing against, sort of decks with lots and lots of removal. What? What? Hello? What is the server doing? Thank you. How are we doing on the old mastery pass? Fine. So yeah, that was Boros Convoke. As I say, we have all seen this deck before, but it does continue to be a pretty reliable bet. So there's the deck list one more time. Thank you very much for watching. Leave any comments you have below. Always appreciate interacting with people. And yeah, as ever, you know what I'm going to say. Hit those like and subscribe buttons. Help draw people's attention to the channel. And I will see you next time.